Okay, I'm out and at it again. Just got to kind of the trailhead. I'm gonna be headed up. I'm just by myself today, but I'm not gonna do a lot of hiking. But I think today I'll just mostly glass, because yesterday on our way out we saw quite a few out kind of on this hillside over here. It's only about a mile in, so I think I'm just gonna glass that hillside, stake it out and wait till late this evening. I think they'll come out kind of right before dark is when they've been coming out, especially with how hard it's been. But that's the plan for right now. I'll get back to you guys when I get up there. It's always good to see elk tracks on top of yesterday's boot tracks. Right now I just kind of got into my spot. I'm driving around. Over here I noticed that there were two hunters up this canyon kind of hunting that side. And I know that the wind comes down this canyon, so if they or any elk wind them, I think they'll be coming right to me. So gotta use the other hunters to your advantage sometimes. I think maybe I'm gonna go up this hill, because right now I can't see this hillside very good, but I think if I just kind of get up on this knob right here, I'll be able to see the hills kind of on the other side pretty good and be able to glass those. That's where we saw those elk last night. And so hopefully we get into stuff. It's still pretty hot out. I don't think the elk will be moving for at least another hour or so. I'm just gonna get back in there, start glassing. You guys ever come out here and you think, oh, I hiked 12 miles yesterday, I'm gonna take it easy today. And somehow you find yourself on the top of the steepest hill there is. Man, I was down in this creek bottom down here, look up here, and I was like, if I had to bet money, I bet you I have phone service up there. And so, you know, I hiked all the way up here just so I can watch YouTube while I glass. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Sorry about the wind. It is pretty windy up here, but it is what it is. Right now I'm just glassing. There's kind of two mountains here, and I think maybe the elk will move kind of between them, coming over to get a drink down here in the bottom. And so I'm just glassing kind of this draw right through here right now, and then if nothing pops up, I think I'll go over to the other side of the ridge and glass that side. But that's what I'm doing right now. I'll get back to you if I see anything. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but there was kind of an opening right down here in the trees, and I was seeing a couple cows run through it, and so I was glassing it, just watching. Big 6-point bull just ran through it, and he's headed, let's see, west, and so I'm gonna kind of be chasing them as they're going up the canyon to have my wind right. But I'm gonna run down there and try to get on them. I don't have my freaking bugle with me, of course, the one thing I left at the truck, but I've got a cow call, so we're gonna see if we can get them in with that. Of course, I climb up the biggest hill too, just to run all the way back down it, but I wouldn't have seen that bull if I didn't, so that's the plan right now. I might glass just a little more to see if any of them come back. It looks like I can see actually one in the opening right now. And so maybe they'll just hang out in there. So that's the plan for right now. I'll see if I can get some more on video before I head down the mountain. I can tell there's still a couple more cows in that opening. Right now I'm probably still 500 or 600 yards away. So I think I'm going to be going down into this creek bottom and have to kind of come up that other side to get into them. It's going to be more of a spot and stalk hunt, so it'll be pretty tough, but we'll see what I can do. I didn't have enough time to get around them. Gosh dang it. It's at 40 yards. I'm gonna crawl around. Obviously they're thirsty and want a drink, so I don't think they'll be coming down here. We got downwind of the elk. There was one cow and one bull, and they didn't spook, they just kind of went back into the trees with the herd. They're still back in here, I can hear them running around. I think I'm about to head out for the night. I don't want to bump these. That way I can come back in the morning. And hopefully they'll still be here. Okay, so what happened is I got up on that ridge and I was glassing across. I caught a 6-point and a couple cows coming through an opening. So I booked it down the hill and it started going up kind of toward that opening, but downhill a little so my window's right. And all of a sudden I'm just about there and I hear that bull bugle, and he's made his way downhill from me, which is also downwind from me. And so I came back down to the creek bottom and was working my way around some beaver ponds and stuff, trying to get downhill all those elk. And all of a sudden this cow comes out and to get a drink out of that creek, and I'm just in some tall kind of swamp grass. And so I get down, and you'll see this on the video. I get down, I get my camera ready and stuff, and she comes out, she's kind of getting a drink, and then I check my wind, and my wind's, there's kind of a little bit of a crosswind, but it's going kind of toward them. And so I knew that there was a good chance if she kept coming the way she was going and across the creek, she'd win me. But she was standing there getting a drink, and while she was, all of a sudden I look in the trees and here comes another elk and I can see antlers. And so at this point I'm like, crap, I gotta get my bow ready. And so I'm trying to knock an arrow and she sees me move, and so I'm just sitting as still as I can and trying to knock an arrow down in the grass where she can't see me moving. And she doesn't really spook, but she just kind of gets worried and goes back up in the trees. So the bull comes down and I see that he's just kind of a raghorn, small 5-point looking bull, and so at that point I'm not going to shoot him, and so I go for the camera, grab the camera, bring it up. As I'm recording him, the wind kind of shifted. I think he winded me. He goes back into the trees like you guys will see in the video, but he just I think he went up and just kind of met up with the herd, and they just kind of stayed back in those trees a little ways, and so I just kind of got downwind of him and waded up those beaver ponds and to see if anything else would come down and get a drink. Nothing else did, and so I just hiked out. I'm back to the truck now, but I'm gonna be back in the morning because it's a really good spot. It's only about a mile and a half off the road. It's pretty flat to get to it, and so it's a really good spot. And so I'll be back in the morning. Hopefully we can get on some elk. I hope this is a good video, and I got some videos of the elk, but guess we'll see you guys in the morning.